What up, peeps? It's your girl, Dr. Come Back No Takes. Well, it's that time, guys. It's reaction time, and this is to the series The Madness. This is going to be for episode 3 titled Discord. Now, the second episode, we're getting into the swing of things, definitely moving quickly in regards to Muncie realizing that he really needs to prove that he had nothing to do with Mark Simon's death. People coming from all which way, from directions. You see the situation where he's dealing with Simon's, wife or ex-wife to be with her. She's already dealing with the fact that she's talking to Muncie. She's considered a traitor. She wanted no part of this life. All these things are happening. She's trying to protect herself and her two boys, and he's need her to find out information about certain people. Also, the reporter who's trying to, or the podcaster who was trying to give him some information. Now they're no longer alive. You have people leaving letters, notes on his, cards talking about you trying so too hard, and you have also the instance of the FBI, feeling like he's not, sharing enough information, and as well as they aren't. Don't tell me to give you this if you're not helping me out in the situation, all that. Full well, he surely didn't have nothing to do with this. I don't care what kind of show he has. That doesn't mean he's out here, as he said to his attorney, I'm out here killing people. This is this, but just certain things are just not looking good in his favor. It's all piling up. And then you have the situation where you got this little young little fool showing up playing music and all. They got all these comments talking about their family staying here. We know they're staying at your wife's sister's house, whatever. And he has to pull out the gun. Now I did know in the last reaction how he was kind of not certain if he wanted to even get a weapon. But in the end, you need to just like, you know what? I got to protect myself and my family. You do what you got to do, because clearly they are. You have a woman standing up near your car, threatening you, talking about the brother 14. You got somebody in the side view recording to see if you're going to act out, do this, whatever. It's just a lot. So it's almost like he's going to have to find a way to go about how he's going to handle this situation moving forward, because everything's not meshing. And on top of that, your own law firm decided they can't help you with your case. So now you have to find another attorney. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, who this attorney is going to be, who's going to help him. Secondly, how he's going to kind of flip it a little bit and try to do what he needs to do so he can be one step ahead. I don't care about the FBI. I don't care about that brother 14. People are literally scoping you out every which way you're going. You're driving around oblivious to this. And let's just hope, being that, we got to see his daughter, she's able to help him as well. I don't think those fools want to come into that neighborhood over in Philly messing around with her or any of her friends or her folks. So I'm really is curious as how this is going to continue in regards to the story. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll save you with some thoughts at then, you guys.
What were you thinking, Muncie? Answer me. In front of your son.
Like, please stop. Anything can happen in front of your son at any time.
Mom, it's cool.
No, Demetrius is not.
You guys should pace yourself.
You can't be doing that, D.
So you don't stress.
That stuff's not good for you. That shit away and think before you act.
Really?
You hear me?
Think before you act. That's funny.
Hey, you hear me?
Just trying to help, that's it. So.
I think one of the guys who chased me might be there.
I'm sorry, gun commune?
If I stay here, all I'll do is attract all the crazies. Clearly, they're not going to stop coming after me. Or us.
Look, there's a detective here, and he's asking mom questions.
What questions?
Like where to find you and stuff. He's got a normal cop with him. And a Philly PD car, so, no.
Okay. Muncie Daniels, CNN. I'm looking for a friend of mine named Ant. I'm doing a piece about the far left's push to destigmatize guns, and he said I can come by today, maybe get a few interviews.
We're all orphans. We'd all be happy to kill for each other. We believe in actual freedom, not some fly-by-night apple pie bullshit.
Interesting.
This is Muncie Daniels, CNN.
Ah.
I know who he is.
He's doing a piece on gun rights. I made the call to let him in.
I paid for college selling blueprints for plastic firearm parts. The ATF shut me down and labeled me a dangerous person. So I said, fuck that, I'm not a person. I'm a harbinger of what's to come. Do you really think CNN's going to run a balanced piece on a gun commune? Doesn't exactly shine a positive light on progressives.
What are you talking about? Oh, that's gotta be fake.
Somebody. Yep, what did you think was gonna happen, bro?
I mean, take a seat. Why are you here? And let's start with the truth this time.
Okay.
Open your mouth.
I'm looking for a guy named Ant. You know him? They killed a guy in the Poconos 3 nights ago. He had a mask on, but I think I just saw him out there at your firing range.
You might have left with that guy, Don. Kind of looks like Boris.
Don was a guest here. Anything they did has got nothing to do with the profane.
You know where I might find him?
I think he's a regular at the swingers club in Easton called Nellie's. Took me and Aunt there.
Muncie, heard you shot up a cute little street last night.
It's out of context, and it's not funny.
Well, they'll tell that to CNN.
Listen, I'm calling with the name of the other swamp guy. His name is Don. Hangs out at a swingers bar in Easton.
A swingers bar?
Yeah. I need you to go to a swingers club with me.
Nigga.
Elena,
Muncie, you run out of here last night barely telling anybody what you're doing, and now you want me to...
I'm sorry, but I just need to get this guy's name. I can't do it myself. I gotta go in there with someone.
Will you talk to that lawyer that I found?
Fine. Okay.
You're gonna need a drink for this.
We're looking for a friend of ours. His name is, Don.
Never been good with names.
Would you,
Order at the bar.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
You see the bartender's shirt? Come with me. That a cop killer's t-shirt?
What do you know about cop killers?
I used to love them back in the day.
Remember how we used to get wasted off those fucking whiskey pebblebacks from the concerts in Newark?
All I remember is being sick for 2 days.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Okay.
To Sophia.
To Sophia.
You know, you two should talk to Grace and Andrea. Hey, Grace.
Is Donnie coming by?
If only. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, it's annoying when he goes off the grid like that.
So funny that you guys know Donnie. All I remember is that it was fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's Berkeley condos.
Yeah.
Wait, Berkeley?
No, it's Berkeley and Pretty.
Come here, I want to try something.
We gotta go see the lawyer.
Oh, smooth.
My advice, you stay here. It's anticipatory. They haven't even charged you with a crime.
It's fair enough. You saw what this guy did to Mark Simon, right? And you want to go at him on his own turf? Come on now, think.
When you do this, you are on your own.
He thinks I should go to Africa, grow olives for like the next 40 years. Advice?
Find the sumbitch.
That's right.
For real?
No, but we both know you already know what you're gonna do, and all
Pretty
you do is
much.
going around asking for your ambitions, your whims, then lying to yourself about it the whole while. But hey, old habits, like your dad.
I'll see myself out. I'm supposed to meet a realtor here.
I didn't think anyone was selling. Which unit?
They said penthouse. I just didn't realize there'd be so many. You know what? Excuse me.
Yep.
Could I use your Wi-Fi? I can't seem to get a signal.
Oh, it's terrible here. Yeah, come on.
But the owner's name was Don something.
Don.
Yeah.
That's me. Me.
Oh.
Donald Sloss. Pleasure to meet you.
Ah.
Yeah.
Muncie.
Out on a wild goose chase?
No.
You know, I could introduce you to some realtors. So, do you have a wife? Kids?
2. I've got 2 kids.
2. two as well, but mine are grown and gone. Yeah, that's him. Don Jr.
Uh-huh. There it is.
In better days, to be a Green Beret.
Mm-hmm.
He got a bad conduct discharge before his first year was even up.
Lives nearby, though? You see him often?
Boy's what my generation would call a drifter. He just goes from group to group, causing trouble, no doubt.
Like a profane discord?
Oh, uh-oh.
I don't know why you're looking for Don, but you came into my home under false pretenses. And now I'm asking you to leave.
Just leave. Just.
You heard of Stu Magnuson?
Yeah, hedge fund asshole. What?
He owns a cabin where Mark Simon was staying. Or owns a company that owns a company that owns a shell corp that owns a cabin. I'm not even supposed to know, but this guy fucks with people's lives. There's also what you told me about Jennings.
Stu Magnuson is trying to frame me.
I'm saying maybe this all is a bit bigger than you thought, so.
The guy that I stabbed in the swamp, he hung out with a group called Profane Discord. His buddy was named Don Sloss Jr. Ex-military, dishonorable discharge.
Sit tight while I look into it.
Wait, I ain't staying here by myself.
You've been playing Karen Cisco all day and suddenly you're freaked?
Yeah, I'm freaked because I didn't know a fucking billionaire was after me.
I knew Mark was getting death threats. They started because of the rumors about him being Brother 14. It's the reason I used to separate, actually.
Stu Magnuson, did you know him?
I heard Mark talk about him.
I'm pretty sure it's him who had Mark killed.
You're working with the fucking FBI?
I needed their help.
Are you going back to them with what I just gave you? Because I don't want my fucking name in it, okay?
I think that they can help you. Franco Quiñones.
He call you or you call him?
He came to me.
So how do you know he isn't part of it?
We met at a Tim Jensen fundraiser.
Bradley Whitford.
You've been in the news.
Yeah, how about that? You want to know what Jennings told me?
Sure.
Cool. I'll tell you the second you unframe me. Because I personally don't give two fucks whether or not you're running a Nazi Airbnb, but now I'm getting framed. Ross, I'm gonna tell the world that you and Brother 14 were thick as fucking thieves. Were, because he's dead now. You've got 2 hours to call.
Knob Creek. Wild Turkey 101 proof.
Hey, give me that one. Yeah?
Had a nice visit with my pops.
We should meet up.
You may want to finish that whiskey and Google yourself.
Sloss!
You see someone just now? Natalie, what's up?
You need to check the news.
Why? What's going on?
They found Mark Simon's body in your building.
Local authorities have found human remains this morning at the West Philadelphia apartment of Muncie Daniels. Indications are that they may be those of Mark Simon.
People are setting me up.
Doesn't look like self-defense.
All right, you guys, this was a good episode. It just looks like it's just not looking good for Muncie. Every time I think that he wants to, of course, be ahead of what's coming down the pike, there's certain things that keep kind of either getting in front of him and of certain things that are happen that blindside him. Now we're dealing with the situation now where he's trying to find the gentleman, using the name Ant to locate, and we figure out that he individually has to meet with somebody at this place under what is it called, Profane Discord, and you meet a gentleman by the name of Yang, played by, I want to say, Alexander Hodge, fan of him, and he does it a little bit on the false pretense because he lies, and he gets in there, but let's just say that one of his men kind of let on that he looks similar to another guy. The guy's name's Don. He might not have been the so-called person he was, thinking of, but he hangs out at a place called Nelly's. Now he hasn't used, his wife. Trying to go in there because it's a swinger bar to kind of get some information. And it works to their favor. First, a bartender doesn't want to be of service, with a little bit of money, but his wife uses, a shirt, in regards to a group. And that kind of breaks the ice. And then he brings over two ladies to kind of give a little information about a penthouse, where he likes to have little parties at, whatever. So he uses that as a way to kind of get in and get the information. We see a Don, but it's not the Don we're thinking. It's Don, Senior. So when he starts talking to him, walking around, he sees a picture of Don Jr. and now starts to click. He gets the picture because he's needing more information to give to the FBI, Franco, so he can get them to help him. Now, mind you, not to say he's not on up and up, but it makes you wonder because once he's like, I'm going to look into this information, you all of a sudden, leave him in this hotel. He's meeting up with the wife of Mark Simon. And she's like, why is it, I'm giving you this information. I need you to help me give me some money for me and my family so I can get out of the situation I'm in. But it's like, do you trust that guy? He just leaves in the middle of the day. He's like, stay here, send me a picture of the boy. And it's like, okay, could he be somebody who's an insider? But then we found out more information from him at the hotel that the person kind of pulled a little bit of the strings who, has one of these, locations on top of locations, which is where Mark Simon was. And his name is Stu Magnuson, played by Bradley Whitford. Definitely a fan of him. And definitely gets interesting because it's almost like, okay, why is Muncie being set up? Definitely not being killed, pretty much set up all this stuff to culminate around him. Now, when I said from the first episode, them cleaning up the body in that sauna, but of course, him leaving the weapon out there, he stabbed a guy, I think, what is it, in his neck or whatever, and then, the bloody watch of Mark Simon's left in his car. It's like all these little things, not to say he would know what to do, like, oh, let me take this one because I don't want them using this against me, whatever, and all that. You're at some place as a rental, perfect place for them, wrong time for you. And then here we are with all these little instances that keep just popping up. Attorney speaks with them. You see how he's like, no, I don't want to sit somewhere idly by, whatever. I want to, keep moving, getting things, whatever. And I want to find this guy, Don, so, I can bring them in. But he really just wants to be done with this guy. But it's like, I don't think it'll be just that easy. Bodies out there, we don't know what they did. They, left the other body of the guy you stabbed and then used that weapon to stab him even more because, of course, fingerprints on it, whatever. Just all around messy. But he eventually confronts Stu. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, whatever, Laura Jennings. Blah, blah, blah. He's just not like, okay, you got this much time, you need to call me. But, instead of that guy, reach out to him, Don Jr. does, and he tries to, find him. A little wild goose chase of, run around. That didn't do anything. It's like, what's the point? But the messed up part is clearly somebody made a call, and I want to feel like it might have been Stu. He was like, him threatening him, talking about him, letting him know you're thick as thieves with brother 14. And that's all it probably took because the man has connections. You think make threatening him, talking about you going to make us, you're not able to do no work with CNN because of that little shootout where you put your gun in the air, whatever. And I understand that, them coming around and, making little threats about, oh, your whole family's in it, whatever, and all that was set up. Like, please, all that to antagonize him, kind of put him on the defensive. And he admitted, even though I was annoyed with the wife, like you're doing this, you're in the neighborhood with these people. Somebody clearly recorded him. So that lets you know right there. The kids ran away real quickly, but somebody definitely recorded with the gunshot because it wasn't the kids. So that means somebody's watching him again and following him. I don't know if it's the same man who was watching him with that female. It's just a lot. And with him, he's out there now. So now your face is plastered. So I'm curious to see what will happen on the next episode because, buddy, it's just no way around it. Like his friend told him to go, somewhere else, far away, but he's not going to do this. Like, no, I'm not going to let them do this. And trust and believe me, anybody else, honestly, in this position would probably like, I'm going to go here, whatever. This is a place of no extradition. I don't want to be bothered. Peace out. But it's like, no, I'm going to fight. And that's one thing I can say about him overall as a character. That he's like, no, I'm not going to let you just think you're going to do this for me and I'm supposed to just take it. I don't care who you individuals are. So I want to feel like in the end, after all said and done, when we get through the last bit of these episodes, he's able to get one up and he could use it. And he's going to have to start using other people for leverage and all. Do what you need to because you need to be worried about yourself. And he needs to. He, like you said, he has a family. His daughter had to tell him, it's like, because one thing I'm getting tired of him not paying attention. Check the news. You need to be aware. You walking around trying to get this, but you're not watching what else is going on, right? Hence why he was totally caught off guard, in regards to the news coverage, social media, and also going out there in Times Square, face all over. You know, you're lucky nobody's really paying attention to you down there. They're all kind of sightseeing, whatever, and all that. Oh my goodness. But again, so good. It's just every episode, it just keeps upping the ante, and I'm always here for it. So, with that said, let me calm myself down. Comment below, you guys. Let me know what you think. And with that said, I'll see you guys next reaction. You guys take care.